What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I will be reviewing a beer from the Dogfish Head Craft Brewery, and they're out of Milton, Delaware, and this is their Fruitful Fort. So this is an American strong ale that is brewed with a boysenberry, a raspberry, a blackberry, and elderberry. Comes in at somewhere between 15 to 18% alcohol by volume, 50 IBUs at the time of review. This bottle is just over 1 year old. So I've been wanting to drink this one for a while. It's actually been in my fridge for at least 6 months, maybe closer to 8 at this point. And I just have never wanted to grab it out of the fridge and review it. Why? I couldn't tell you. I mean, it's a big beer, and I guess I wanted to just like prepare myself for what I'm drinking. Now, I remember seeing a lot of reviews last summer for this beer, and a lot of people were really digging it. A lot of people talking about how it has like wine characteristics and jammy and so on and so forth. I mean, yeah, it has the danger cap on it from, from Dogfish Head. They put the danger cap, anything that's like the 15+%. I like when they can't tell you the ABV. They just say 15 to 18 or 15 to 20 or whatever the case may be. So this could be 15%, this could be 18%, it could be somewhere in between. But yeah, sounds like all the berries are in here, all of them. And yeah, American Strong Ale, just a generic catch-all, like we're just gonna brew this huge strong ale and whatever. It's from America, so it's American Strong Ale. So yeah, anyway, finally cracking this one open. And I do have hashtag proper glassware. You will hear a train in the background. You know why? There's a train's going by. So it's not coming for me, although maybe it is. I don't know. It's like a ghost train. I have no idea. Maybe. It's getting closer and louder. And that kind of scares me. Just a little bit. Maybe not. Anyway, let's give this a pour. So again, this has been in my fridge for at least 6 months. That does not have the color I anticipated from something. We're just going to pour, I'm not going to get crazy here. I might share this with Average Pops, assuming that I enjoy it and whatnot, or I think he would enjoy it. So the Dogfish Head, like whatever, the signature glass has an etching in the bottom that promotes the carbonation, and there is a volcano going on. I'm probably not going to show off on camera because this is like a deep ruby red color. Very nice looking. Had about a half finger of a tan, almost light pinkish head. Like there's a little bit of pinkish tones from all those berries. Looks like something that is at least 15%. Let's just say that. Let's get a nose on it. What the hell? Yeah, it kind of smells like a wine. It has, wow. The vapors from the alcohol, very big in this one. Like just went right up my nostrils and was like, oh my Lord, let me get back in there. And I was like, oh wait, no, let's not. Yeah, definitely. I can tell just based on the aroma, this is a huge beer. Would I say at least 15%? Probably in that realm, probably like 13 to 15%. Smells huge. It is jammy to an extent. Yeah, I'm getting like raspberries, a little bit of like red grapes. This has a wine-ish kind of component to it, honestly. What are they using? Did I say raspberries, boysenberries, blackberries, and elderberries? I'm really just picking up the raspberries more than anything. There's a huge sweetness too, like a really deep, like caramelized, but also just like straight up like confectionery sugar sweetness. More of like caramel and toffee, but also just like cane sugar. It smells really sweet. It smells slightly acidic too. A little bit of like a vinegar, like a balsamic vinegar, red wine vinaigrette type of thing going on. Like, like the red wine vinaigrette you get in the salads, like just kind of that aroma. Red wine vinegar in general as well. Yeah, it smells jammy, but winey. It smells like a big beer. I'm going to get into it. I can't really pick much out of the aroma other than the few notes that I'm getting, so I want to taste it. Cheers, everyone. Wow. That is way more jammy than the nose would ever indicate. Wow. It's still super boozy. A lot of people like to say hot. This is super hot. It's not like hot like, oh, I'm going to burn myself. It's like hot like, oh my God, there's alcohol vapors, there's alcohol stringency, there's alcohol chest warming, there's everything. Going for one more sip because I really do dig it, but that alcohol is so big. Yeah, so this is very akin to me. I'm going to say this just because there's substantial sweetness. In addition to all that jamminess, it honestly drinks like a berry mead. I'm not going to say exactly honey, but there's such a sweetness in here. This doesn't drink like a wine, maybe a sweeter wine, but I'm thinking like a raspberry mead or some kind of berry mead to me. First off, the body on this one at 15 to 18%. It's syrupy. It's basically full bodied. This is not thin. It has a lot of, yeah, there's a lot of heft there. It's syrupy. It's viscous. It's thick. It's kind of like a jam, so to speak. But yeah, that's appropriate for the percentage and the body. The mouthfeel, it's definitely carbonated. It has a lot of carbonation to it. Almost like a carbonated mead, if anything. So spritzy on the palate. Not really soft. A little bit of smoothness there, but this is more carbonated than I anticipated. The thing about this beer is if I would have drank this fresh, I think the alcohol would just be over the top for me. Like I haven't had a beer with this much alcohol in it in a long time, and this has over a year of age on it. So I wouldn't even want to see this like a week old or a month old. I think it would have been too much for me. The flavors are really nice. Like I said, a lot of sweetness, and it's kind of, I hate to say generic sweetness, but like I said, it's mead-like. So like you could say honey. I'm getting like caramel and toffee, but I'm getting more of just like a confectionery sweetness up front. Right in the middle of the palate, though, is where that jamminess comes in. It's more jammy in the taste. I'm not getting any winey notes like I was getting in the nose. This doesn't have like regular wine characteristics too much in the taste for me. This is more jammy. This is more to the mead side of things, I would say. But yeah, halfway through the palate, it's just raspberries. You could twist my arm and maybe I'll say blackberries. As it finishes, though, it dries out extremely well. I thought this would be a sweet, boozy mess. It's a boozy mess, but it's not super sweet. It is sweet, but it's not super sweet. There's enough dryness on the back of the palate to cut it and kind of balance it out enough where it's like, I could drink this bottle. I don't know if I'm gonna drink this entire bottle. Like I said, I might split this with Average Pops. I think he might dig this one, at least a little bit of it. But I think it'd be tough to put this entire bottle away, and it would probably take me a couple hours. This is the definition of a sipping beer. Yeah, it's nice. I think going into this one, I kind of knew what to expect based on the ingredients, based on, you know, having their danger cap beers before and whatnot. But at the end of the day, the only deterrent for this one for me personally is the fact that the booziness is kind of overwhelming. I would love to sit one of these down for like 5 years and just come back in 4 or 5 years and just be like, hey, let's try it out. Because if the booziness dies out, this could turn into something immaculate and just spectacular. I think this could be just like kind of like a wine or like a mead, where you drink it 5 years from now, it's just super jammy and the alcohol dies out and it's just like a dessert beer. As is though, it's quite balanced from the sweetness and dryness perspective. There's a nice jamminess. There's a nice confectionery sweetness to this one, and yeah, it's pretty damn good. So rating on the fruitful fort from Dogfish Head. I'll go straight 4.25 out of 5. I think it deserves a 4.25 out of 5. To get higher, that booziness would have to come down. It'd need more complexity. But as is, I mean, if this is 18%, I'm happy. If this is 15%, I'm happy. I know this is a bigger beer, so like I'm not surprised by the booziness. It's boozy. It's the most boozy beer that I've had in years. So that's saying a lot, especially since I laid it down for a year. Not literally laid it down, but put it in my fridge. So yeah, anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review. That was Dogfish Head's Fruitful Fort, and I give it a 4.25 out of 5. Value and availability, I forget what I paid for this one, but I'd imagine it was around $10 a bottle, kind of like their, $120, and all the danger caps are usually quite expensive, at least $8, usually in the 10, 11 range. So yeah, as far as the value goes on this one or the price point, I'm not mad at it. 15 to 18% with all those berries in there, all those fruits. Yeah, I'd probably buy that again to try it once. As far as the availability goes, this was released a year ago. You might find some bottles just laying on shelves in different cities that maybe this didn't sell out. Maybe some bottle shops are holding some. Whatever the case may be, you probably won't find this one on your local shelf, but you might get lucky at some point. And I'd say if you see this one, grab it and maybe put it away in your cellar for at least a couple years and just let the booziness die out a little bit, and pick it back up maybe in like 2022 or 2023 and take it to the head and see what you think at that point. But as of right now, it's not drinking extremely well, bit too boozy, but I do love the flavors, and I do dig it. Just wish that booziness was a little bit less. Anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by. To the next one. Cheers.